resistance training, working out at the gym. What sort of a relationship does it have on your darts? Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? Is it going to hurt your game? Well, that's what we're talking about in today's video. Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So yeah, I've been playing darts obviously for a couple of years. I've talked about that a lot, but I've also been going to the gym for around about the last 18 months or so. I've got experience in both of these things. Like I'm kind of juggling going to the gym 2 to 3 times a week and doing resistance training, and I'm balancing that with playing darts and trying to improve as well and playing darts every single day. So I feel quite well placed to talk about the impact it's had on my game and some of my experiences from trying to juggle both at the same time. It's not a super sort of one-sided answer. I don't think it's unanimously good, and I also don't think it's unanimously bad. But I think, on the whole, going to the gym is a positive thing for your darts game. But I'm going to break down a little bit about why I believe each of these things about the relationship. Just quickly before I do jump in, I'm probably going to have a bit of a game against a dart spot at the end of the video, so if you want to see that and really enjoy the gameplay footage, stick around to the end and we'll be jumping in. So in order to talk about the relationship between darts and resistance training, I think I need to break down a little bit about the phases of resistance training. Now, this is not a fitness video, this is not a workout video, but I'm just going to kind of break it down very simply. Forgive me if you've been to the gym and you know all this stuff, but when you first start working out and doing resistance training, for the first time especially, but if you're going back after a bit of a break and you're kind of getting back into resistance training, you're going to have something at the very beginning called delayed onset muscle soreness. And that basically means your muscle's going to get sore like the following day and the following like maybe week at first. Like, you know, if you've just started with the gym, it might take about a week for the soreness to go away. And anyone who goes to the gym is familiar with this, and it's annoying. Like, I say it's annoying. It's not really. It's a nice feeling in a lot of ways because it feels like you've, you know, worked your muscles. But in terms of our darts game, it's actually a bad thing because our muscles are really tired. You have no real like motor control. If you're trying to throw after you've been like to the gym the day before and your arms and your chest and your shoulder, whatever, is really sore, you just can't throw the dart well. So I think that's the important distinction to start off with, is that as you get started with resistance training and working out, it's going to be sore at first. And that soreness is going to lead to just a lack of accuracy, a lack of control of the dart. And it's not going to be a positive thing for your darts game in the beginning. And it's going to be like that until you get used to going to the gym and working out. Now, how long that takes, I guess, depends on things like sleep and everything. That's a whole other kind of rabbit hole to go down. I'd suggest going and watching some fitness YouTubers if that's something that you're asking. But if you keep working out consistently, your muscles are going to stop getting sore after you've been to the gym. So they might get sore for the first 2 to 3 weeks, but then after that, if you keep working out like a few times a week or whatever, it's going to stop and you're going to get more used to working out. And that's where I think it becomes a real positive for your game. And I believe wholeheartedly it's been a positive for my game because once again, I've been going to the gym around 18 months and I've been playing a couple of years. And I honestly think, like, and this is just anecdotal, I've got nothing to really back it up other than the progress I've made, but I honestly believe that my throw has got a lot more conviction and a lot more like accuracy because of the work that I do at the gym. And once again, I've got nothing scientific to back this up, but I think if your muscles are primed for like working out and strength and, you know, they're used to kind of being strained, they're used to responding to stimulus through the gym, it's going to translate, in my opinion, into your darts game. And I think all these stabilizing muscles in your shoulder and your arm, I think if they're stronger as a result of the workouts and the exercises that you do at the gym, it's going to translate to your darts game, in my opinion. And one of the reasons I really do believe this is because if you go to the gym for, let's say, a few years and you build quite a lot of muscle and you get stronger, and then you just stop and, you know, you don't go for a year and you lose some muscle and the muscle's gone and you're skinny or whatever, and then you go back to the gym again, you will build muscle that second time round a lot faster than you did your first, or faster than you did your first time round. And it's because the muscles and the body is used to that stimulus and it doesn't forget. And I think it's a similar thing with darts, and that's why I really do believe it like translates quite well. So I think that being healthier and like having more muscle mass and feeling more confident with your throw because your arm's stronger and your shoulders are stronger and everything else is a really good thing. And I do believe it will help your game. And I think you learn how to get the best out of your body if you go to the gym. You know, if you're training like and you're practicing like exercises and lifts as like a skill, I do think that also kind of like translates to darts, at least partially anyway. You know, like, yes, darts may not be like the peak sportsmen and the peak athletes, but it's ultimately a physical skill that we have to do time and time again. And I think the muscle mass helps with that. And then you get like other things as well, like these other little like bits of information that you pick up along the way that help you at the gym that I think help you in your darts game. Like another thing that I would say is like creatine. Yeah, creatine. Like, I'm not here to sell this product, but I have creatine every day. I have it with a cup of coffee every day. I will put a correction on the screen if I'm wrong about this, but creatine helps your muscles store water, which improves their performance. And it's considered essential in fitness circles for improving your workouts. So that's just another little edge that we can take from sort of like workouts and resistance training, and we can apply them to darts to get tiny little 1% gains that we wouldn't otherwise have. And I think everybody here will agree that like we need all the extra edges we can get. We work hard to get better on the board, so why not give ourselves the best possible advantages to try and improve our development. So yeah, if you're on the fence about like getting to the gym and working out, but you're not sure because you think, it might have a negative impact on my darts, which may sound silly to some. If you're watching this, you might think that's ridiculous. Why would anyone think that? Well, I think like that sometimes. I've had times where I've been like, do I want to get back to the gym this week? I've had a couple of weeks off and I know I'll have a bit of soreness and I'll be a bit weak. And I've got a darts match tomorrow night. Oh God, do I want to do that? So, you know, how would I use this information if I was kind of giving you direct advice? I'd say if you've got like an important match coming up or a tournament or something, maybe don't start the gym that day or whatever, or maybe even that week. But if you have like a bit of a gap in your darting calendar where you're not playing any matches or tournaments or anything for a couple of weeks, then yeah, get to the gym and start working out. I think the worst thing you can do, or the worst thing I'd hate to see, is like somebody who is like very, very, very on the fence about working out, and they're kind of thinking, do I want to start working out? Yes, I do for these reasons. No, I don't for these reasons. And maybe just the darts performance thing or the uncertainty around performance is the thing that tips them towards no. So yeah, I would encourage you to get to the gym and build some muscle. I think it will help your darts game, but just know that at first it might not feel that way and it might feel a bit tough. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. If this video has helped, or if you've got any sort of comments on the topic, do let me know down below. And also, if you've not done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button because it really does help the channel a lot. So thank you once again. Now stick around because I'm going to jump over to a match against the DartSpot. We'll see how this goes. Hi guys, and welcome back. So we're going to play a best of 5 against the DartSpot level 10. I've not played much at all this evening. I recorded the video and now I'm doing this one, or this part of the video. So we're not too warmed up. I had a few darts just to warm up, but nothing major. So we'll see how this goes. Just from warming up just now, I have noticed my first dart has been pretty bad every time. So see what I mean? Something's not right. I did wash the dishes before I played, so I don't think that's helping the grip. For anyone who's watched my videos where I take on the DartSpot in the past, I've got the sound off because it gets quite distracting when you're trying to record, throw, and then on top of that the DartSpot is playing its shenanigans. And by shenanigans, what I mean is, and this is going to get very tinfoil by the way when I say this, I don't know if anyone else has noticed, but on the darts counter DartSpot, or the announcer I should say, sometimes it will shout out instantly what your score is, and sometimes it will take like 5 or 6 seconds. Oh, Pardon my French. Yeah. Oh, that's tilted me a bit. No, what I was saying, I shouldn't have gone for the 20 day, by the way. I should have gone for the... Yeah, maybe I should. Whatever. I was saying about the time it takes. I had a game last week where I threw 2 180s in a row. And I was feeling... Don't even get me started on what I've just thrown then. I threw 2 180s in a row and then... feeling like I was in a great rhythm, I was ready to throw and I was waiting for it to announce the score and it didn't, and it went on for like 5 seconds. And then I had to like step back and step back in, and I felt like it kind of deliberately took me out of my rhythm when I was on for like an extremely good leg for me. And then I think after those 2 180s, my next one was a 41, so, you know, go figure. I get very tinfoily about this darts bot announcer. It's not even the darts bot, is it? It's just the target darts announcer. But if I'd thrown like a 22, it would have instantly shouted out the score. But when you throw 2 180s in a row, oh, nearly one there. When you throw 2 180s in a row, that's when it takes like 7 seconds. That's when I have the James Dokes face, like when I'm just very suspicious of everything. So we got a chance to break here, but the darts bot is always fairly powerful. Well, that was a horrific throw. That was a bad one too. It's always pretty powerful on its own throw, so tough ask. Didn't grip that dart very well. That's something that I'm prone to doing, is not gripping the dart too well sometimes and just letting it go out my hand. Oh well. We had a good chance in that leg. Ooh. Oh. Second and third darts were pretty poor. We've scored pretty well in this game, but unfortunately, doubles have let me down. That first dart, the low one, it's a menace for me. There we go. Let's see if we can convert this leg into something. See what I mean? I'm telling you. This target darts app, it's a menace. I swear that took about 3 or 4 seconds after that 180. Should get one more go, but we may not. Okay. Hey, we can hit a double. Well, let's go. Right. Big ask here to try and break this leg, or break this throw, but if we can, anything is possible. Not when you get 2 on the wire like that. Another one. These wires hurt though. They do. have a big impact on your legs, unfortunately. The dart spot seems to be, oh, that's a repulsive throw. The dart spot seems to be storming out to a lead. Okay. So we're just about clinging on in this leg, but I think we might pretty much have to, no, I was going to say check this out, but we can't. 119. Not the best throw. Maybe one more visit if we're lucky. Okay. Oh, I thought I had that. Oh, well. Frustrating. Yeah, it's extremely difficult to beat the dart spot when it's on the throw. It's pretty ruthless, or it feels pretty ruthless. But hey, we gave it a good go. What can we do? But yeah, we gave it a good go. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, maybe I'll do another catch-up again soon. Let me know if you enjoy the catch-up videos. Let me know what you think of those. Maybe one day I'll start doing live streams. I don't currently, let me put these down. I don't currently have the setup to do a live stream because I would need to have my PC downstairs in my kitchen, which I don't. So it's a little bit awkward trying to do a live stream. So potentially it's something I'll be able to do one day, maybe kind of get a live stream set up and have a bit of a throw, but for now, not really an option. So I'll probably keep on doing these catch-up videos, and yeah, I'll probably try and get one out soon because I've not had many videos in the last few weeks. So yeah, thank you once again, guys. Have a fantastic day or evening or whatever, and I will catch you for the next one.